The Australian Sailing Museum was opened in 2008 at Mandurah in Western Australia and is the culmination of the life and times of Master Yachtsman, boat builder and sailmaker Roland Tasker. An Australian and international sailing legend, Rolly, as he is known to all, has competed in yacht racing for over half a century, even taking the youngest of his 3 children on boat races when only a few days old, including the Sydney to Hobart. Now part-time residents in Phuket, Rolly Tasker and his wife Kerry share their time between friends and family in Australia and their sail loft factory and home in tropical southern Thailand. Australia's Governor-General Sir Michael Jeffreys joined distinguished guests and friends at the opening of the Taskers Sailing Museum. Author Roland Perry also launched his Rolly Tasker biography, Sailing to the Moon, at the same ceremony. I met up with Rolly and Kerry Tasker at their home in Phuket. Rolly, you've been described as Australia's greatest all-round yachtsman. How did you feel when the Governor-General of Australia opened your maritime museum recently in Western Australia?
Yeah, well, I felt great because it's a thing I wanted to do all my life, build a museum and display the history of sailing of Australia. As a young boy, I was fascinated by the early settlers in Western Australia and the boats they used to build themselves and sail, and I followed the history from that day.
What was it that first captured your imagination about sailing?
When I was young, my parents introduced me to model making, like aeroplanes and boats, and I used to carve my own boats out of pine wood, and I'd float them in the Swan River just near where I lived. And eventually I was able to build my first yacht when I was 10 years of age.
Author Roland Perry launched his book Sailing to the Moon at the opening of the Australian Maritime Museum.
Yes.
That book is your life story. What stood out the most in that book for you?
To me it was quite clearly that I sailed in over 2,400 races and I never ever retired once through broken equipment.
As a result of spending 2 years with the author while researching Rolly's biography, wife Kerry learnt a lot more about her husband's early years. Rolly's third wife has virtually travelled with him to the moon and back, or at least to homes in America, New Zealand, back to Fremantle in Western Australia, and has now called Phuket, Thailand home for the past 16 years. In over 60 years of racing in more than 2,000 competitions, Rolly has never lost a yacht or crew, but he has had the odd close call.
Well, we're upside down, we weren't going anywhere. Went completely over, 360. And took 16 and a half minutes to come back up, and we all thought the mast had come out as soon as the wind hit it because it was blowing very, very strong gale, and it was night time. We thought we might leave somebody behind. If we had, we never got them again because you couldn't find them in the dark. And luckily they all grabbed onto the rail and the boat came up and flicked them onto the deck, and there was only one guy down below, and the boat went out of control again, rolled on its side, and I thought, shit, I'm not going to do it again. Then it came back up again, and we never tore a sail. And nobody said anything for 2 hours. They lost all their suntan. They were like your shirt. Everyone was white.
You would, wouldn't you?
And anyway, we won the race, 23 boats.
Rolly, I love your Thai house.
Yes, it's all teak wood, solid wood.
Is it? It's very traditional.
Yeah.
And it's so close to the factory as well.
Yes,
I mean, how much closer could you get?
Yes, it sure is.
How long did it actually take to build this factory?
About 12 months.
Oh, only a year. Rolly's Phuket factory is the world's largest custom-built sail loft at 9,038 square metres. Most passers-by may often wonder what goes on behind those monolithic walls.
Welcome to a sail loft.
Oh, look at this, it's enormous. My God.
Big building.
How many sails do you make in here every day?
About 75.
75 each day. My goodness me.
Yeah,
Yacht sails, I guess?
this sail would be 2,500 square feet, and it's off a Russian yacht.
Okay.
And the Russian yacht is about 125 feet overall.
Okay, and it looks very heavy, that particular sail.
Yeah, it would take at least 4 people to lift it.
4 people?
Yeah, to lift it.
I guess you couldn't build a bench top big enough for a sail like that anyway.
Yeah, there wouldn't be many lofts that could hold a sail of this size.
How many staff do you have?
On this floor we've got about 145 trained people, and of those about 130 are girls.
I've noticed there's a lot of women here.
Yes.
So why so many women?
The women are quite easily the best workers in Thailand.
Right.
They do basically all the work. And
so for a male sport, it's for women who...
Yeah. Well, in actual fact, I've had women workers in all my lofts. 12 lofts, and I've had mainly women. And they're very well adapted to this type of work.
How many years altogether have you been making sails?
About 65 years.
Wow. And
this year we made our 2 millionth sail.
98% of Rawley Tasker sails are exported to over 60 countries every month. So these are all orders ready to go out?
90% the orders, yeah.
Okay, and they're going all around the world?
Yes. This is the dispatch area where sails are packed, checked and collated. Here's one order for John Sanders. He's the famous sailor that sailed around the world 11 times, and his last trip he did 3 times non-stop around the world.
Incredible.
This is for the Sydney Hobart race this year, and his sails are going out today.
These are all for one boat?
One boat, yeah. There's 14 sails.
Right.
They're his spinnakers, yeah. And that's his rigging in there.
So every order has a story to tell?
Yes, it sure has.
Rawley Tasker has designed his own manufacturing machines and trained a small army of mainly female staff to make almost every fitting needed to sail a yacht. I can't believe you actually make every single thing on site.
Everything, even the labels on the sails, we make everything.
Wow. That's what I call a factory. You mentioned you also do rope.
Oh, yeah, that's further down.
Okay, can we take a look at that?
Yeah.
Rawley tells me the rope spinners usually run all night.
They work pretty fast. They produce a lot of rope and they run 8-hour watch. So it's a big time on this one. So they work pretty fast. They produce a lot of rope and they run 8-hour watch. That'll come off the machine in the morning. When you come in the morning, they've got a bin full.
Oh, so basically it works while we sleep?
Yeah.
Is that correct? Wow, yeah. This place reminds me of Santa Claus's toy factory. Do you make these too?
Yes, stainless steel rings.
Is there anything here that you don't make?
Yeah, there's a few things we don't make, but we make nearly everything.
So what are these for?
Sails, different spinnakers, and we've got 50 different sizes of everything.
So what is all this section
This
here?
is a rigging section, and it's some rigging for yachts. And
this holds the sails up, does it?
Holds the mast up.
Oh, the mast. That's important.
Yes.
It's wonderful to finally see what's behind the walls of this enormous Rawley Tasker building.
Yes.
I'm sure many people still wonder.
Yeah, it's surprising that we get so few people come in locally because they can't afford to buy sails anyway.
Do you ever get tour buses pull in wondering?
No, we don't.
Known as Sail Off Number 12, Rawley and his wife Kerry first established their Thailand base here on Phuket Island in 1994, starting with just a handful of Thai staff sewing sails on a rooftop car park. Rawley Tasker's empire has grown into the world's leading sail-making industry. With his Thai and international staff, including General Manager of 11 years Mike Tasker, no relation to the boss by the way, Rawley forever strives for perfection. Now in his 80s, Rawley Tasker is still just as dedicated to his work at the sail loft as he was on the water during his lifelong career of international yachting.
Yeah, that looks like
near be free.